We're back at the Lagos State House of Assembly, where our correspondent Abimbola Gbebeye is standing by for updates. Abimbola, you were waiting for the bell to ring the last time. What's happening now?
All right, Nifemi, we are still outside here, waiting to be allowed into the premises of the House. We have journalists standing outside here. You can see them here. A lot of them are still outside here. We have not been allowed to go into the premises. I mentioned earlier that the security situation here today is way different from what we witnessed last Friday. The security presence I mentioned earlier is high, higher than what we experienced on Friday. And people, I said earlier that you can't just come in here, drive in here, walk in here. I was allowed to, drive my car in there, but then other journalists, my cameraman was stopped right here. I mean, you can't move beyond the spot. You are only allowed to stand here, and it's past 1 p.m. We are still waiting for the bell to ring. Of course, we've seen a few lawmakers, driving into the premises, but we do not know when the plenary session would commence. I said earlier that we got a message, an instruction, sent out by the acting clerk of the House, Barrister, Taiwo Otu, informing journalists about plans by the House to reconvene today. So it is expected that the plenary session would hold today, but we do not know when exactly our plenary session will be holding. Nifemi.
Abimbola, let me read a statement from CSP Benjamin Hundeyin, who is police spokesman to you, police spokesperson rather. It says that all who had genuine business to do in the assembly premises were allowed access, including journalists. Are you saying that's not completely correct?
Well, we are House correspondents, and we also got a message from the acting clerk of the House, Barrister Taiwo Otu, last night asking journalists to come in here. So we, of course, have genuine business here this morning. We were asked to come, cover the plenary session this morning. And when I walked in here, I was allowed to drive in, but then I saw my cameraman standing right here. When I asked why he was not allowed, he told me he can't go in. And just like some of the journalists who were also stopped like him. So we all have genuine businesses here. We were asked to come in here to cover the plenary session, and we are still standing here in the sun waiting for them, to call us, to go into the premises at Nifem.
Can you confirm if plenary has started?
Can you take that again?
Can you confirm if the plenary session has started?
So we don't even know what's going on in the House, but then we know the bell should be loud enough for us to know once it rings for us to know that it's time to go in there. But even if the bell rings now, we have no assurance if we are going to be allowed to go in here. My cameraman should just pan so you can see the security officials at the entrance of the House of Assembly. We still have a lot of them around here, so we cannot move an inch from here. We've been asked to wait right here. So that statement sent out by the police is not true, because the reality speaks for itself, talking about the presence of security officials here. And from the visual we showed you earlier, journalists are here on their feet waiting to be given permission, to go into the House. So we wait, to see how that how things pan out.
Well, the police statement released by its spokesperson, CSP Benjamin Hundeyin, claims that everyone who has genuine business in the House, including journalists, have been allowed access. We can confirm to you categorically that that is not true. Thank you, Abimbola, for the update. We'll be back with you. Perhaps when you have access into the House, then we'll talk again. Thank you for the update, Abimbola. We'll get back to you when you have more updates for us. Let's turn away from that and go to Bayelsa State, where we're following closely developments there. First Lady of Nigeria, Oluremi Tinubu, through her Renewed Hope Initiative program, has launched the Every Home a Garden initiative in Yenagoa. The initiative aims to promote food security and sustainable agricultural practices in households. Joseph Kunde has more.